How much Cardano do you need to be a millionaire? It looks like ADA, the token behind Cardano, is ready for its next stage. And that next stage is Cardano ETF, Bitcoin DeFi, XRP stablecoin usage, and Chainlink integration. Now, when you jump to the Cardano ETF poly market odds, you can see the odds were very, very low in the beginning of the year and just slowly but surely has been climbing higher and higher. We now have an 87% chance that we're going to see a Cardano ETF this year. Very bullish in my opinion. But now let's talk Bitcoin, DeFi, stablecoins, and Chainlink. Charles Hoskinson just had an AMA and Ask Me Anything, and people asked him about these things. Let's hear what he had to say about Bitcoin DeFi.
We got the partner chains team really well put together. The Bitcoin DeFi team is going to be 19 people under Omar, and we're building that up for new user acquisition.
So Bitcoin DeFi is going to be a huge leg up for Cardano in my opinion, but so is this XRP integration. So Bitcoin DeFi is going to be huge, but did you know Charles was just talking to the founder of XRP?
And we're strengthening our relationships with XRP. I was just with Brad Garlinghouse at SALT. We served on a panel together when we were round table when we were talking with the Federal Reserve together. There's a lot there.
Now the there is Cardano integrating XRP's stablecoin RLUSD. That would be huge for Cardano DeFi. But the most important announcement from this AMA is the Chainlink integration. Now Charles talks about how the US government has chosen Chainlink and now Cardano basically must follow.
And it's frustrating to me because obvious things to do, like integrations with other ecosystems, the absence of those integrations mean we get left behind. Like the Department of Commerce pushing economic data, they weren't picking blockchains because they really love one blockchain over the other. They were using Chainlink and Pith. If you don't support that technology, you can't push on, So I put JJ on Chainlink. I said, fuck it. And they gave us an absurd number for integration. We'll haggle it. We'll figure it out. They're good negotiators. Sergey is an extremely smart man.
So there you go. He dropped the alpha. They're actually in negotiations with Chainlink for Chainlink integration on Cardano. This would be huge for ADA. Now, before we get into the charts and see how much Cardano you need to be a millionaire, I would say check out all the details on the midnight airdrop. We're always getting this question, and Charles answered it. Well, during the snapshot, what if I didn't have my ADA in a wallet? What if I had my ADA on an exchange like Coinbase? Here, Charles answers.
Hey, Charles, do you think there's a way to persuade Coinbase to give its users their midnight token glacier drop for Cardano? I hope they do. I think even Scaramucci called and said, hey, where's my night, man? So we're working on that.
Now, the snapshot has been taken, but you can avoid issues like this in the future by just having your Cardano in a wallet. In the same video, we give you a Lace wallet guide, tell you how to download it, tell you how to use it. And if you want to stake to the DZ stake pool, we are definitely going to have all midnight integrations as soon as they're available. I can't speak for the other exchanges. I can't speak for the other pools, but I do know the DZ pool is going to be operating as soon as possible. You would just click expand view, browse pools, type in DZ. It's like a URL. There's only going to be one, and then just click stake all on this pool. And once you click this button, you have to hit fine and confirm. You'll sign it and you're good to go. Hooray, I've now switched to the DZ pool. Highly recommend you do the same. I'm going to have all the midnight integrations as soon as possible, and you'll even have a claimable book as soon as I get everything formatted correctly. So keep an eye out on that. Now let's go to the charts. Now, the short-term price action for ADA looks like we're going to retest the previous local high. That's going to be right around 125. We wicked up to 131. Now, this is nice, just little trading pattern we're stuck in. We're kind of stuck in this symmetrical triangle here. And looking at a price target, from when we touch the bottom and touch the top, it's going to be this range right here. And confirm breakout, not yet. We're still kind of waiting. But that gives you roughly $1.20. And that gives you roughly right where we were previously. But this is now new little information I wanted to share with you. I noticed something in the charts looking at the previous cycle. Now I might go to log chart to make this a little easier to read. Last cycle, Cardano had two major pumps. One kind of came out of nowhere. And a lot of people don't even realize it when you go to a regular chart. But when you look at it like this, that doesn't really look like a 300% pump. It looks like it barely moved. That's because Cardano was so cheap. Let's go back to the log chart. So Cardano pumped 300%, then consolidated, and then would pump another 500% into that local peak. It would eventually pump 700% or so, but we're just going to look at these two ranges. So a 300% pump, a 500% pump. Well, if you go to where we're at right now, this pump was a 300% pump. Technically 319%. This one's 313%, so very, very similar. What followed later was a 500% pump after the 300% pump. And so if we were to have a 500% pump after this level here, and remember, we're getting really, really close. We have a potential, target hitting right around this range. 500% pump is going to give us, zoom in a little, $7.99 ADA. We're just going to round up and say $8 ADA. And a 700 gives you a $10 ADA, but we're not going to get that bullish. We're just going to do $8. So if you want $1 million in ADA and you're looking at an $8 ADA, you're going to need 125,000 ADA to be a millionaire. Now, that's not going to be including the staking rewards. If you have it in a custodial wallet, if you have it in a lace, and you stake to the DZ pool, you're going to earn a little bit of yield. So technically, we need a little bit less than this. But that's the rough numbers for you. I'm DZ. Hopefully, I'll see you and your ADA bags staked in the DZ pool at the top.